you finished that right in time. Look at it. It's starting to downpour, and I got the garden all tilled. Rototillers in under the rain, or in out of the rain, and garden is tilled. So this is the first tilling of the season. So right now we are, January 29th today? No, January 30th today. Yeah, today's the 30th, tomorrow's the 31st. We're almost into February, and I just tilled the garden. We still have some cabbages and leeks, and then we have artichokes. Believe it or not, artichokes have not died. They have went through several feet of snow. They just keep coming back. They're blooming. They're doing great. Well, they're not blooming, but they're popping. They're doing great. So we got the garden all tilled. What I like to do is do an initial tilling. And what that will do is break up the grass, get it churned in. And that grass, every little tubular on that fucking grass, it's so hard to get the grass out, is going to want to start to regrow. But the more it's chopped in, the more it dies. So what you do is you churn it, wait a couple days, churn it again, wait a couple days, churn it again. And while you're doing that, you can add your amendments in and different things that you want to add to the soil. And then once I have it finished tilled, where I know that I've disturbed the ground over the course of like a couple weeks, the seeds are gonna, probably in the grass are probably dead at that point. Then I go ahead and put all the mulch down, everything, and start putting in plants and seeding and getting it all ready to go. I know some people aren't into the whole tilling aspect, but I love it. I like tilling, and the reason for it is it just completely disturbs the ground. I can put in all kinds of new organic matter and everything. It just heightens the productivity of the soil, because every time I churn it, adding in these inoculated wood chips and compost, that's adding all this extra organic matter that's churning it. And then all the mycelial mats from the different mycorrhizal and decomposition mushrooms I have in my soil, they all get spread around when I do that. Chopped up, spread around. So when they regrow, their mats get even stronger and thicker throughout, because I'm adding amendments in there that they utilize. So I'm basically taking all that culture that already exists in my garden, and I'm just rechurning it and establishing it. So that fresh organic matter is really good for the mushrooms, which whatever's good for the mushrooms will be good for your plants. And that's the way I like to look at gardening and ecosystem. How is the soil doing? How healthy is the soil? Now, if we're tilling up every year, pulling out the weeds, and we're not throwing in good amendments to replace them, adding in good fungus and different things, tilling your garden can become detrimental. Especially a lot of good ground cover plants add a lot of nitrogen and different fixers into the soil, help break down and get micronutrients and different things. So you want your wild native plants and different ground cover coming in. And that's why I let the whole fall, I let that come in. I don't believe in constantly tilling your garden, because you want to have those life cycles. You want to chop up a lot of plant matter back into the soil, so that way it replenishes soil. All their roots, all those greens, everything. When you chop that up, that starts decomposing, especially with all those, mycorrhizal and decomposition mushrooms. What happens is all that grass and everything and weeds and all that, and it's hurt, it's damaged, it has cuts all over it, it's been chopped up, and those mushrooms can just start going to town and eating them. And so you have less of a chance of actually having your weeds grow up with decomposition mushrooms established in your soil. And so what's really cool is this garden, at some point, I don't know when, but at some point when the conditions are right, it's going to flush hard with blue oysters, and it already flushes hard with a local mycorrhizal mushroom that just grows naturally here. It's a poisonous mushroom, but it's great for your plants. So a lot of mycorrhizals can be. So, especially, but anyways, we got the garden tilled. It's tilled. First round. So excited for it. We're gonna get some plants in. It's gonna be looking nice. We'll get our rows in. Everything will be composted. The soil will be amended. So whoever buys our house, holy shit, you are gonna have a fully productive garden, because I want whoever to get this to easily be able to afford their mortgage, to have a business already established and going, having food going, having medicine, herbs in the garden that they can use to heal and benefit themselves. I want this to be a gem to whoever gets it, and it's all about, you know, that sustainability. So keeping this sustainable, building it to be sustainable, and not just like saying, you know what, I'm moving down the road, let me just sell this and fuck whoever grabs it. No, making sure whoever takes this off our hands is so happy that they're doing so and rewarded for doing so, because they're going to allow us saying our mission to continue to grow, because they're buying our house. We're getting 10 acres, bada bing, bada boom. We're expanding and growing. They're allowing that. So whoever buys this, I just absolutely love and want the best for them. So I'm putting in everything I would put in for them, which is something that most realtors will tell you not to do. Just hurry up, clean it, get it done, make it look nice. Don't put too much money in it. That's one thing I'm not doing, is putting in too much money. I'm putting in a lot of effort, a lot of creativity, a lot of good workmanship that makes things better. It's not about money and what you're spending. Like the house, we're going to paint this. We're going to make it look nice. The biggest expense that we're having with flipping the house is really going to be the paint. To paint everything, give a nice fresh coat on. Everything else is already established. The landscaping, everything's already really nice. It's just about working the gardens, going through and using the mulch we have, pulling the weeds, getting everything look nice. What you already have to do on a homestead anyways. So, and the biggest thing I gotta get rid of is this guy right here, because all this trash has to go, all that gone, and then we can start building on this. So right now everything's coming together. It looks a little chaotic, but in reality this is all coming together as planned, and we are right on schedule, moving along. So now that it's raining, garden is tilled, I'm getting my butt back inside and starting to paint, because days are ticking and that clock is clicking. Yeah, whatever. Alright, see you in the next video. Peace out. See you next time, and make sure you hit that like and subscribe so you keep seeing the videos. And look at, it's almost February and we're tilling the garden in Washington. We're above the 45th parallel. That is pretty cool.